On the 8th of July 1947, the US Air Force announced that they recovered a flying saucer of unknown origin that had crashed in the desert near the town of Roswell in New Mexico. A day later, they retracted this statement and claimed that it was actually the debris from a weather balloon. Too late, the headlines were out there, and the town of Roswell would forever be associated with UFOs, aliens, and government cover-ups. UFO sightings of varying credibility would continue throughout the following years, and most have been debunked, but there is one sighting in Britain that remains both credible due to the number of eyewitnesses and, more importantly, unexplained. On Thursday the 17th of July 1955, at just after midday, a strange craft was spotted in the skies over London. The incident would become one of the most credible sightings of a UFO in British history. The incident was witnessed by around 30 people and to date is still unexplained. This is the story of the British Roswell incident. This is the story of the Bexley Heath UFO. Bexley Heath is a normal suburban town in southeast London, home to around 15,000 people, but has a very strange event in its past that remains unexplained. It was a hot, cloudless day in July 1955, and a local resident, a lady called Margaret Fry, was on her way to visit her local doctor at his surgery. Her journey would take her from her home in Hythe Avenue to the surgery located at the end of King Harold's Way. As she approached the junction of Ashbourne Avenue and Whitfield Road, something very strange appeared in the sky over her head. Out of the sky, a 30-foot wide flying saucer appeared and began to descend toward the road. Car engines nearby stalled and a loud humming was heard coming from the object. Mrs. Fry describes what she saw.
The saucer had a blue silvery greyish texture and at the same time was none of those colours. It had 3 spheres set into its base and one flopped out onto the road.
A local teenage labourer also tells his story of what he saw that day.
We were on our lunch break in King Harold's Way when we heard something strange was happening nearby. We went to have a look and the thing had landed in the road at the junction of Ashbourne Avenue and Whitfield Road. It was so big it blocked the road and just sat there hovering just above the ground. The centre of the disc was stationary, but the outer rim was constantly spinning with lights like camera flashes going off around the edges. It had what looked like windows, but the glass was concave and moulded together so you couldn't see in. We moved forward to try to touch it, but it shot up into the air and flew over towards the school.
There were around 30 witnesses to the landing of this strange craft, and they all agreed it remained close to the ground for around a minute before slowly lifting and moving over the playground of nearby Beddenwell School. It stayed hovering there for another minute, observed by the children in the playground, before shooting upwards into the sky and disappearing. Over 50 years later, a local news reporter tried to track down the witnesses to the event, and some of the children, now elderly and retired, can still recollect the events of the day. Most were unwilling to talk publicly about the event for fear of being thought of as crazy, but they all said that they would never forget the events of the 17th of July 1955. The incident was investigated by the authorities, and the military confirmed that no such craft existed or that they had even had the technology to achieve the flight path and movement of the UFO. The case was closed and remains unexplained to this day. Bexley Heath is regarded as a UFO hotspot by experts around the world and has reported other strange sightings since then, but none as credible as the 1955 incident. It is worth noting that the number of UFO sightings has declined over the past 20 years. As most of the global population walks around with a high-quality camera in their pocket that can be taken out and used in an instant, it seems likely that if UFOs existed, credible footage of them would also exist by now. Have you ever heard of the Bexley Heath UFO? Do you have a theory that would explain the event? Was it a huge hoax, or a type of mass hysteria or hallucination? Or was it something else? Let me know in the comments what you think, and in the meantime, keep watching the skies. Unless of course you're driving, in which case keep your eyes on the road. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and check out the other videos in the Offbeat London channel.